I accidentally opened my fiance's texts and saw him and his friend debating my best angle and how much the photographer should edit me for our wedding photos, and now I can't even look at him the same way. Posted by you/not-ear-to-just-a-dingo. My fiancé Dave and I have been dating 2 years and live together. Earlier today, I was using his iPad to watch a show in our room because I wasn't feeling well and we don't have a TV in our room. We don't use the iPad much, maybe a couple times a month. While I was watching, he was getting texts from a friend of his, Mike. The banner just said, text message, so I kept swiping up but they were coming on so fast. At one point, I accidentally opened the text convo. So to start, I'm not a beauty. It doesn't mean I'm not confident though. There's rarely a day that goes by where I look in the mirror and am unsatisfied with my appearance. How people treat women who do not fit any mold of attractiveness is a story for a different day. But I've often been referred to as a starter girlfriend or stepping stone, and that my exes had no confidence since they chose to date me or were closeted, and every guy I've ever asked out has always said no. I'm not someone to date just to date. I don't chase guys anymore. Generally, I've stayed away from dating. It took some time to trust that someone was interested in me and wasn't going to drop me when someone better came along. So the texts were Dave sending pictures of me to his friend, trying to figure out what my best angle is. Mike said that my left side is tolerable, I guess. If anything, you should tell the photographer to focus on that side. Dave expressed his frustration like, I think I do want to marry her, but maybe you're right, just ask the photographer to edit some things here and there. And Mike said, it would make you both feel better. Maybe just have photos of her straight on since she looks best that way. I was more offended than hurt, and I'm still more offended than hurt. I know I'm not attractive, but to say I need editing in my own wedding pictures is so rude and demeaning. I took screenshots with my phone and handed the iPad back to Dave, so the first thing you see when you open it is the conversation. He asked me how the movie was, and I told him it was great. Then we had lunch. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and he knew immediately something was up and kept pestering me about it. I kept saying I was still feeling off, but he kept asking. So I told him he should talk to Mike about his concerns, since he and Mike have so many opinions about me. He kinda turned white for a second before asking me what I meant. I handed him his iPad and I went to our bedroom and shut the door. He hasn't come to talk to me for a few hours, which is killing me. We usually talk things through, but I don't know what to do. I know he hasn't left the apartment. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. Oh man, my heart broke for you reading this. You don't need to settle for someone who doesn't love you completely and unconditionally. It's true when they say love is blind. Someone who truly loves you wouldn't be worrying about how you will look in your wedding photos, and he absolutely wouldn't be allowing his friend to put you down for your looks. I know the thought of spending your life alone is scary and depressing, but trust me, it is way better than spending your life in a bad relationship. You deserve so much better. Commenter 2. I've typed out the beginning of several replies. Hoping I could be reasonable. But honestly, I'm just so fucking pissed for you. You deserve someone who has more respect for you than to discuss behind your back how best to make you palatable in his wedding photos. You deserve someone who thinks you're gorgeous all of the time, regardless of what society at large thinks. You deserve someone whose only concern for your looks in the wedding photos, and every day for the rest of ever, is whether he's lucky enough to be the reason for the huge, lovely smile that's gracing your face. I don't know if you can forgive him or whether you even should, but I do know you deserve better than to be treated like someone's accessory. Commenter 3, I think I want to marry her. What the hell does that mean? Commenter 4, he's settling for someone he thinks is his inferior. Why that is I can't imagine, unless he was hoping she would be too afraid of being alone to leave him. His attitude is so Mr. Darcy before Hunsford. Update 1 month later. I posted this post about a month ago. There were a lot of comments, but more often than not the comments told me to leave and how I don't deserve him. And all that. We had a civil conversation, our first for a while, and he told me he had been wanting to break up for a while but didn't think it was right. Apparently he cares about me but had been wanting to break up for a while, but he felt bad. And said he doesn't know how to handle criticism about our relationship from other people. So I took that advice and left. It only took a few days, and I hired movers to take my things. We talked a few times, but I was really busy with work and packing that we stayed away from each other. I found an apartment for rent and here I am. It's a really nice place and I'm happy it is. But I can't say that I'm much happier. If anything, I might be a little worse off, I guess. Like in my original post, I mentioned how I'm aware of how I look. And now that I'm alone, it's all I can really think about. Talking about it with my family just leads to things like, oh, you're great, you're too beautiful to deal with someone so ugly, just kind of made it worse. All my friends are pretty and the way we are treated in public is just a reminder. Going out in a group to a club is a photographer getting shots of them, and one asked me to take a picture of him with everyone else. I've generally paid for more than half of everything. I'm not saying guys should pay for anything, but my friends are always getting things from their boyfriends or husbands, even cars. And I'm definitely excited for them, but it is just a reminder. I've been trying to work out more because I gained about 20 pounds since we started dating, so I work out some, but more often I snooze my alarm. There is a novel I am trying to write, and I've gotten some written, but I am having trouble staying motivated. I read and then I get inspiration and write like 200 to 400 words once or twice a day, which is good so far. I found my 360 and have been playing Oblivion again lol. And I draw a little. But my apartment is an absolute mess. And like I don't miss him or anything, it's actually quite nice being on my own. But I am just so sad. I don't have a distraction maybe. I can't really put my finger on it. But overall I am doing well. Everyone was right about leaving him, because we'd both grown pretty agitated with one another and it was reaching a breaking point. Living alone has helped a lot.